I got you both, so you gotta introduce both yourselves.
Brian Yeager.
Okay.
Wade's dad.
All right.
Wade Yeager.
Hey. All right. We're down here at Boonville at the tractor show, and we have an Oliver. What model is this Oliver?
It is a number 5 picker.
Okay. This one looks like it might be just a little bit more modern than some of the other ones out here. What year do you think it is?
It's a 62 model.
All right, so this is probably the last of the corn pickers before they really started, combines started becoming popular.
Yeah.
So this is the end of the era right here, and we're gonna let's follow it through the machine. So it's pretty much like all the rest of them. You got your gathering chains here and your snapping rolls. And as you can see, these snapping rolls look like they're in pretty good shape compared to a lot of them. We see welds and everything else to build them back up, which there's nothing wrong with getting a little more life out of them. You gotta do something. You just don't go to TSC and pick up a new snapping roll for these things.
Yeah. No sir, you gotta find parts or make do with what you got.
Sure do. So then it goes into the you've got to gather. So once it gets picked, it lays over there into the conveyor, which runs it up into here. You can tell this is from the 60s because it's got little, you know, keep people's hands and stuff out of things. Yeah, you can see here all the different ways that, you know, Farmer Brown could lose fingers and stuff. You really need to clean that off.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it does.
That's your fan.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see, you know, there's several chains and stuff in there that are just hungry for fingers and whatnot. But so anyway, so you got that fan, and that blows the. We was talking about that on the Massey. It blows the shucks out once they go through the snapping rolls.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it goes up into here, and then down in here is the snapping rolls on this one, and it's just you know, they're all pretty much the same. There's not a whole lot of difference in any of these. They all have the same principle. This one here has rubber rolls, and this one has metal, you know, the other roll that runs the other way, so that way the husks go down in here and get caught, and it pulls them through and dumps them out here in the bottom, and that fan helps blow it out of the way.
Yeah.
So then we go, so the corn at this point is I take it this just helps it go across the bed.
It just pulls it through the husking bed.
And then
holds pressure against it, so it'll actually pull on the husk.
All right, yeah, okay. So then it goes here, it goes up the conveyor and out, and everybody had their own idea of what was best and what worked well for them. And Oliver, I don't know if everybody come to an agreement of what was the best way to do things or what, but this one seems to be working about as good as any of the rest of them that are out here today, or what I've seen. About what time frame do you think they got away from these are all pull behind? I remember the kind that you drove the tractor into. Did they get rid of those, or was that just a choice, or?
They made them up into the 70s. I know a couple of manufacturers did.
But that was a personal choice thing. They were 2-row, right?
Yeah.
And these usually were 1. I've seen them up to what, 3 rows on these.
Yeah.
So
The thing about those was it pretty much tied your tractor up.
yeah.
And it was an all-day deal to
Oh yeah.
mount it on a tractor. Most guys
They had a dedicated tractor for that.
Stayed on it.
Yeah, I seen a lot of tractors over the years where you picked them up with the picker on them, and you know.
And those, if you can find a tractor that had a picker on it, they're usually in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they only got used,
Yeah.
and they weren't used hard.
They're not beat up.
Yeah, the gears are still good where they didn't plow with it for eons, you know, in second gear or third, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is a very nice setup. They even got a matching wagon frame. I seen that had an Oliver wagon gear to go with it.
Frame, box, and wagon are.
Oh, even the box is Oliver.
Yeah, and it's got a hoist on it that's Oliver as well.
So he's got an Oliver hoist. You hit the Oliver jackpot with this one, didn't you? What, did you get a lottery ticket that day, or?
Yeah, actually the wagon came from 8 miles as the crow flies from here.
So, you know, most areas, you know, like where we come from, we had a lot of internationals around Bloomfield because we had an international dealer nearby. But if you went, you know, 5 miles in any direction, it becomes some other popular, you know, we didn't have a lot of John Deeres. We had a few, but most people had internationals.
Yeah.
And we had some Massey Harris people, you know, we had a good dealer, a Massey Harris dealer. But so was this area mostly Oliver or just
No,
everything?
it's predominantly international John Deere and probably Alice or Ford.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of Alice around here. There was a local Alice dealer.
Okay.
John Deere.
Yeah.
And international. Boonville had a John Deere and an international dealer.
Well, they had a,
Ford,
we had a, what, Rudolph Brothers?
Massey Ferguson.
Yeah, we used to have to go down there to get Massey Harris parts
They're still in business.
at Rudolph Brothers all the way down here from where I was at. So that was a long trip, you know, to get your Massey parts. But
Actually,
we still
Rudolph,
do it now.
For a while was an Oliver dealer.
Mm-hmm.
This wagon was bought new at Rudolph. So
Well,
I
there-
actually talked to the gentleman that put it together when it was new.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. That's a pretty neat setup, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and you didn't pick me. I always appreciate that. You know, every time I was in these things, you know, you see stuff like, what's that goofy guy doing with the camera over there? I'm gonna get real close to that guy, make him think again about doing that. So.